Hello and welcome to today's video as we briefly go over the LCP and where the teams rank going into spring split. Now keep in mind this is 100% based off of stats. Also CFO, that includes first stand stats, which is only going to harm their statistical profile at the moment given the small sample sizes that we have. Another thing to think about, this is a player ranking. So this is the team. So it's the individual players on each team relative to their role creating this ranking where Talon is first, which is not actually a big shock. We look at Talon's roster, we know Talon certainly has the capability of winning the LCP. They didn't win it, they lost to CFO, but the fact is we know Talon are capable of winning the LCP. We also know that GAM are capable of winning the LCP, given their roster and what it is. Now, we'll talk about Team Secret Whales in a moment and why CFO are where they are, but let's consider this. We have it broken down by solo lane ranking. So this is overall. Solo lanes, mid-jungle duo, bot lane duo. What the power rankings say, which my power rankings are not based on player stats at all. It's team stats. And then winter finish, which is what everyone notices and thinks about. I know yesterday in my LEC video I did have somebody that commented for some reason they typed like an essay and then deleted it. Regardless, I mean that's what I guess people like to hide their I don't know, misinterpretations or whatever. I don't get it. So regardless, first I have Talon, who are first in the solo lanes, which is not a big surprise. Aja and Fofo, very, very solid in the solo lanes. But when you take mid jungle into account, this is where the team has issues. Karsa leaves a little bit to be desired. And given that Fofo is so very efficient in the mid lane role, he does not need 23-24% of the team's gold to actually do what he does. So pairing him with Karsa, who I don't see as a carry anymore at this point in his career, he's kind of like Peanut in a way, that it ends up you end up in a situation where this doesn't vibe. Now, bot lane duo still first with Woody and Betty, very solid. Second in the power rankings, very good macro team, and then they finished second in winter. Second place was Team Secret Whales, who are tied in second for the solo lanes with Viking Esports. So this includes Hero and Stellar. Well, actually, no. It's just Hero and Dyer. A very young team, Team Secret Whales are. They are extremely young. Mid-jungle duo Hizto has had some bright spots. The bot lane duo of Eddie Taki is definitely the strongest part of this team. Eddie Taki have the capability of being the best bot lane duo in this region. Now, where they struggle is a bit on the macro and objective side of things. They're fourth in the region in that area and finished fifth during the playoffs. And in the end, that's inexperience. But don't be surprised if this team does finish second in the LCP in spring, because the players are capable of doing that. They're very young. But at the same time, we do have to factor in this. I guess Vietnam really struggles at getting visas to play in Taiwan. I guess it's a real pain in the ass from what a Vietnamese supporter has said in my Discord. I do want to say that it is somebody that does support Vietnam predominantly. So, take that for what you will. But from what I understand, historically, the Vietnamese teams have had issues getting visas pretty much anywhere they try and go. Third, GAM. Now, GAM sixth in the solo lanes. That's Kiaya and Ares. Ares struggled mightily. This past split, in my opinion, statistically, I feel like he did not do any better than Emo pretty much would have done. Not really justifying a move at this point, in my opinion, given Emo's inexperience and Ares having, frankly, more experience than Emo, and yet kind of just doing what Emo would have done anyways. We did see Emo play towards the end of the season for a couple games as well. We saw GAM make changes at AD carry for a game. I don't know what that was about, but the fact is There is a little bit of restlessness there, and it's because the top side of Kia Levi are not getting any younger, and that is the strongest part of the team. Now, statistically ranking 6th, but I do think they are better than that. 5th in macro, we know they are capable of being better than that as well. So for them to grade out 3rd, at this point, that's probably the lowest that they should be. CFO, 4th. CFO, what's hurting CFO stats is that driver and rest are splitting time, literally 50-50, and I don't know how long this is going to go. I don't know if this is something they want to do until till Worlds, throughout the entire season, but I do think driver is better than rest at this point. So rest is kind of just hurting their stats, if you will. 3rd in the mid jungle duo with Hong Q in mid. I mean, a very young player with a lot of potential. It only continues to improve. Junja in the jungle, a very excellent player as well. Doggo finally getting his opportunities, and Kaiwing is statistically struggling, but we know Kaiwing is better than what the stats indicate. They're 1st in the power rankings. So macro-wise and playing things out and doing the right things, they're doing a great job at doing the right things, which is earning them wins. Some teams earn wins not doing the right things, and eventually, in my opinion, that catches up to somebody. So, that is a thing. 5th, DFM. 4th in the solo lanes, Arya doing a lot of that. Arya is statistically very strong again. That's not a big surprise. 2nd in the mid-jungle duo because of Arya, but Guan, is no slouch. He's only going to get better as he gets more games under his belt. 5th in the bot lane duo, that's definitely higher than it should be, but statistically that's just kind of where it sits, because Harp has always been statistically pretty good, even if the eye test doesn't say that for some people. What's hurting them, though? 7th in macro. They don't play things out very well because of the inexperience in the jungle role, and Ray Farkey, it leaves a lot to be desired in top lane. They finished 7th. MKVE, so Viking Esports, 2nd in the solo lanes. Kadi, of course, is solid for sure. Kind of, in my opinion, he actually reminds me a lot of Niski in a way. In just kind of like domestic dominance, but leaves a lot to be desired internationally. Kratos is only going to get better in top lane. I keep saying very young player. Not, you're going to keep hearing this. Guri in the jungle also going to get better. I think Viking Esports should be better this spring than they were in winter. Shogun has to play much better. As a player that I used to really talk up a lot and still have, hope that he will return to the form we saw in his Worlds MSI debut, in 2022, and even Worlds in 2022. I'd like that to return, of course, but if not, then they're going to struggle, because he should be their best player. 3rd in macro, and that resulted in finishing 3rd. They play it out well. 7 SoftBank Hawks. Bottom 3 in every category. Bot lane duo of Marble and Gang. Marble actually plays much better statistically than people would give him credit for, because he's in Japan. I think a lot of people kind of just write him off, but I think stats-wise he's very, very good. And then Chief Esports Club, bottom 2 in every category, and I actually don't know who their 80 carry is. So they're ranked 8th at 80 carry because they're going to have a replacement anyways, and it's somebody that wasn't playing in winter. At least I don't think so. So that is a thing. I don't expect them to do much better either. So, Talon, CFO, GAM, Team Secret Whales, Viking Esports, I think any of them could win. CFO doing so well, I'm sure, makes people think, why CFO aren't first automatically? They did so well at first stand. We have a situation where, the LCP is so strong, and it's like, yeah, they are that strong. The LCP is that good. And you literally took 40 teams and made 8 out of it. Like, it took a while to actually get people to wrap their head around that before first stand. So, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. Become a YouTube supporter. And hope to see you again tomorrow.